Hello, Martin Burke is my name and I'm manager of FRS here in Cahir. I joined FRS in 1982 as a relief milking operator, and while I was still at school, and after that then I went to Ag College and I worked with FRS through holidays and that. And after Ag College I joined FRS full time. In 2005 then I became manager of FRS over all the different sectors and divisions of FRS. As I said, FRS was set up in 1971 by Mochran Farmer in South Tipperary. Pat Dwyer was the first chairman and secretary, and Pat is still on our committee today. In the beginning it was just a relief milking service, and it evolved over the years into different farm services. It was set up with a need for farmers to have a break. Like that time they were milking 7 days a week, all year round with no break. So it gave the farmer an opportunity to take a Sunday evening off or a weekend off or go to a match or something like that. So it has evolved over the years, over those 53 years. Dairy is still a major part of our customer base. We have evolved into different sectors of farming: beef, equestrian, sheep, tillage. We would supply labour to contractors and to tillage farms at the busier times of the year. We supply operators through the year, and spring is a very busy time and is becoming more and more compact, with calving becoming more compact to middle of January to February. Labour all year in the form of milking, general farm work, tractor driving, and farm services, cow scanning, hoof care, calf dehorning, grass measuring, soil sampling is a big one at the moment. This time of the year, in the month of February, slowly starting to go out, so soil sampling will be done up to now. We would have about 180 operators on our books. About 80 of those are full-time and about 100 are part-time. Part-time, some work a number of hours per day, and some then are students who work weekends and maybe have a day off during the week as well. In our fencing division we have 3 fencing teams, and we provide contract fencing to farmers, to residential, to industrial, sports fields, and as well as that now we have fencing sales. Fencing sales started back in '95 when one farmer came in and wanted us to do some fencing for him, and I said to him it'd be about 3 weeks, and he said to me, would you sell the posts? So I sold him a bale of posts, and I said after that he paid for it. I said that was easy. So we started off trading and selling fencing materials then. That was in '95, and since then that division has grown and grown year on year, and so we evolved then from selling just fencing materials now to all agri hardware. And then we got into animal feed, milk replacer and that, and now we've gone into more household and DIY and building materials. So it's stock control and stock taking and that. And before it was a nightmare, you'd have thousands of products there in different categories and trying to count and closing up for a day, and it just wasn't beneficial for sales or anything, and it was just a nightmare. Count it all up then and you do your accounts, and it might be a month before you know whether you're up or down. So I said, this has to be a better way than this. So I went searching and I came across Herbst. I went looking for a POS system, first of all, to make things easier for sales rather than writing everything into books and that. So I came across Herbst, and I was taken right away by the simplicity of the system. And so I contacted Herbst and I had a meeting with Sean Fitzgerald, and he did a demo on the system. And what I liked about it was live. And I like the idea that when stock could pass the gate and be receipted in, that was up on the system, and you knew what stock you had on the system. In 2014 we moved to Herbst, and the one thing before we moved I didn't look forward to was moving on the data. Back in 1998 we moved to another accounts system, and the amount of glitches and problems that we had with that was untold. But this was very seamless. All we had to do was convert our data into a Excel CSV file and upload it. And we had uploaded and we couldn't believe everything was in. We just went back 3 years with our customers and we just brought over the balances at the time, and we started fresh there. Now we had all our details of other customers before that we needed to pull into the system. We were able to do over time. But from a starting point of view, it was very seamless and we just worked from there. Before, in our system, I had all different systems. And I had a system for access, for just keeping notes. Simple system. The date they came, the name of the farmer, the phone number, note what he wanted. And then I had it coded afterwards. 5 different codes. The job was ready, priced, ring, whatever it was. And I kept that system. What I liked about this was it was a mixture of Excel and Access. And that's what I liked about it, and fitted into what it was doing, like, you know. And it just became simple, whereas the fucking it's like a big bloody world of an ocean, and you're using the corner down here, you know. Yeah, what I like about the Herbst system is all the sectors of the business can be handled within the one system. Be it stock control, payments out to our suppliers, our bookings for our farm services, our bank rec, and our CRM for our customer contacts. All our bookings are on the system, and they can all be converted on a back-to-back system from us to a purchasing docket to a sales docket in the one transaction, which make things very easy and very easy to trail and very easy to follow. You can have your reorder level set that you don't have to have a lot of stock on hand, that if you know if something can be delivered in 3 days, then you only need to only have a certain amount of that in stock. Stock system is the batch system, and especially with products like feed and dosing and cattle remedies that go out of date, that you have a very good batch system, and it will warn you whatever your times you set it, be it 3 months, 2 months or 2 weeks beforehand, it will warn you on what's coming out of date. The bank rec, before bank rec was an awful ordeal, whereas now it's live as well. You know, if somebody buys something at the counter and they pay by check, you press check, and the check is there to be lodged. If it's cash, the cash is in the till. Or if it's a card, the card is on the card report. So your lodgement is ready. Your checks, you know, when Emily in accounts goes out to do our lodgement, she knows how many checks are in the tills, and she knows what cash is there. So it's already prepared for, like, you know, whereas before it was all written into the red book, and then we transferred to Excel and that. But thanks be to God, that's all gone now and it's all live. What I like about Herbst is people working in different sectors of the business can have their own views on their startup screen with their own grid views of whatever is appropriate to what they're working on. I really like the contact system here, where our sales reps on the road can meet farmers and just have notes on what services they may require or what products they may require, and they can set this be it a month or 2 months time, and also they can track what their calls, their text messages, their emails to that customer. So when you're looking up a client, you can see what dealings our salesperson or any of our office staff has had with that person. Through the system, there also is a web portal for our customers. A customer can log on if it's in the evening time and he's finished work and he's forgotten to book us for a milking or a hoof care or cow scanning. He can log on to our portal, or buy products even. He can log on to our portal and put in that service required under his own account. So when we come in the morning, that sales order is there for that product or service. It's very user-friendly for the farmer. It's unique to his own code and his own password, so he can see all his history on his account on the portal. He can also see prices of all our products, all our services, and complete history. So if he needs to print off an invoice or print off a month's accounts or 6 months accounts or year's accounts, he can do that. And he can also just download them to an email and send them to his accountant. Of late, a lot of farmers are giving their accountants the right to go into his account on our portal to print off, say, their 12 months accounts, so they don't have to go print an invoice and that. So that's making it easier for the farmer, for the accountant, and for ourselves, that we don't have to print off a reel of paper. In today's world, everything is instant, so it makes things much easier. As part of a sales app, lads on the road can use it through their mobile phone or tablet. So they have all the information about products, customer accounts and all that at hand. So when they call to a farmer, they have everything to hand, pictures of products, prices, and the farmer's account information if he needs to see it or needs to discuss it on the day. The Herbst Cloud, we have the sales app, and within that as well we have a goods in kiosk and stock control kiosk. These are all part of the phone, so when we're doing stock control out in the yard, we can pull up the product and counted there, and it's integrated back onto the system while out in the yard. There's the Herbst bot system, which comes works on the Telegram portal, and here you can see your sales for the day, your profit for the day, your number of invoices, your transactions, what ones went on credit and what were paid by card or by check, and it gives you the full profit level, and it just comes out in a one-line system. Also, you can see what's in your accounts and that as well, and what number of farm services query bookings came in on the day. So it's a handy one overall view of what interests me in the business. Catherine, who deals with the accounts and all that and looking after the computer system, said support in Herbst is very, very easy to deal with and very prompt in a very efficient manner. Would I recommend Herbst? Of course I would, and I have done. It's making my life much easier, much more control of the business. You have a better overview of systems, of stock control, of the debtors, of our customer base, and of what staff are doing on a day-to-day basis. People might say it's expensive, but I don't think it is. To me, it has saved an awful lot of time, and time is money.